Spreadsheets have a problem. They are always viewed as a grid of cells. This video walks through the basics of CoCube, a tool which takes cells and expressions from spreadsheets, throws out the 2D grid, and replaces it with flexible and customizable components. Building with CoCube allows you to lean on the familiarity and ease of use of cells and expressions while offering the power to create reactive, dynamic user interfaces. Everything created in CoCube can be built and modified collaboratively in real time or kept local and offline only. This video will explain the node and cell system, walk through building a simple reactive component, then end by showing how components can be combined together to create complex solutions from simple pieces. Instead of a grid of rectangular cells, cells in CoCube define the properties of dynamic and reactive shapes called nodes. Every node is rendered to the screen as an independent vector graphic. Each shape on the screen down to every letter is a node. Let's see how the node and cell systems work, starting with a simple example. This is a single node. This node currently has no cells. By default, a node with no cells is rendered as a green square. Let's try creating two cells on this node, width and height. Right-click the node to open the node editor. On the right is the cells panel, which allows new cells to be created on the currently selected node. Here I'll create the width cell. The cell can then be clicked to open the expression editor. Changing the number changes how the node is displayed on the screen. The same can be done for the height cell. Changing the numbers in the width and height cells allows the size of the node to be adjusted. Where this gets interesting is when expressions are used to dynamically compute values. By opening the expression editor and changing the type of the expression to function, we can specify an expression which computes the value. The node and cell system allow for expressions that may read other cells, meaning you can, for example, set the width cell to 2 times height. Adjusting the value of the height cell would then change both the width and height of the node on the screen. Through these cells, you can change the properties of each node, allowing you to specify many aspects such as size, offset, rotation, layout, and more. You can also define how a node is displayed as a given vector graphic, for example, a letter. You can have the node react to user events like key presses or mouse hovers, and you can define a set of children nodes. This results in a dynamic and flexible system which may be used to define a variety of reactive components like text, tables, menus, charts, and more. Let's try creating a simple on-off toggle button. What we want is for this node to toggle its color between light and dark every time it's clicked. The first thing we'll do is set the width and height of the node. Here we'll use 100 for both. The first cell to create on the node will be the isToggled cell, which will track whether the node is toggled on or off. The next cell will be the color of the node when it is off. Another cell can be used to store the color of the node when it is on. Next, the color cell will be an expression which checks is toggled and chooses either on color or off color. Now, is toggled can be modified to change the color of the node. The last step is to use the reactivity panel to change is toggled when the node is clicked. Let's add a label to this node. Open the node editor with a right click and find the nodes panel in the top right. Click Insert. Find the text cube and then give it a name. Here we'll call it Label, and then insert it. We'll see the text in the middle of our node. We can modify this label by clicking on the node and the Nodes panel. Here we'll see the cells that define this node. Find the text cell and change it to Toggle. And with that, we have our toggle button. One last thing we can do is select our top level node and add a name. Now, if we navigate back to the landing page, we'll see our toggle button has been created. If we create a new cube, we can then insert our toggle button in the same way that we inserted the text label. CoCube aims to be a step above Spreadsheets regarding power and flexibility and a step below writing custom software. Using cells for all node properties provides a reactive medium for prototyping or designing complex user interfaces. The tree structure of nodes makes it easy to create and insert standalone components like text, tables, menus, or anything else. CoCube operates on local data. You can use the tool without ever signing in, but creating an account gives you access to sync and collaboration features. Visit CoCube.com with a WebGPU-capable desktop browser like Google Chrome to give it a try.